What is going on, everybody? We are back with another episode of Prop Talk presented by Book It Sports. It is free in the Apple and Google Play stores. If you don't know what Book It Sports is, first of all, WTF. Second of all, it's a social media platform for all things sports betting. It's electric. We've been cashing out. Speaking of which, I have a special guest today. Mike is out today, but we have CEO Trent. And speaking of the Book It Sports app and it being electric, the Nerfies today.
The Nerfies today.
Yeah.
Talk about props. Prop and talking. Nerfies went 5-0 to start the day.
Cashing all over the Book It Sports app. All over the Book It Sports app. And we have Nerfies daily on the app.
Yes.
So if you're missing out on that,
I do the daily Nerfie. I pick one Nerfie every day, and the last 9 days it's hit. I have not been wrong in the last 9 days in a row.
You know what that means? He's hot right now.
I'm hot.
Mike Silver would say, don't let me get hot. Don't let me get hot. Mike, interesting that you can tune in, but you can't be on the StreamYard. That's weird. Anyway, besides the point, we have another episode today, and we are talking about two NBA games. You've got some very juicy bets today.
Oh, yes. I mean, if Mikey Overs was here, I don't think he would like him, but I love them. There's value.
You know what? Mike doesn't like very much. No. I will tell him my bets, and the first thing he says is F. Without even hearing what it is, he says F. So he's hard to please. But either way, we do have bets tonight. I have already tweeted a video of mine, but I still think it's important to talk about them.
Of course.
The first game is the 76ers versus the Wizards. Now, the Wizards have home court advantage tonight. They are down 0-3. So this is elimination game for them. This is huge. It's either tonight you advance or you're done. Mm-hmm. And I just, for some reason, feel like there are two guys on this team that are going to play to their limits in order to try to hang in there for one more game or a few more games. And those two guys, to me, are Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook. And I think we both have props on either one of those guys. So I think you're kind of in the same mindset as me that it's game time for this team, and if they don't figure it out, by they, I mean Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook, then they're in trouble. So I'll start by giving mine. I like Bradley Beal over 31.5 points. He averages 36 against this 76ers team. He's hit this in 2 of the 3 games within this series. Like I said, it's an elimination game, and if there's a guy that is going to score and keep this game close, it's got to be Bradley Beal. And to that point, you've also got a guy like Russell Westbrook who's going to be getting those rebounds, also scoring when necessary, and he's going to be feeding the ball to Bradley Beal. So I like the over on Bradley Beal's points, but you like Russell Westbrook. What is it?
Give me Russell Westbrook with his back to the wall. I've seen it tons of times in Oklahoma City. As you guys know, or you might not know, my favorite player of all time. I am the nervous Westbrook guy. If you haven't seen that video, just go do yourself a favor. Google that. But Westbrook back to the wall. I love it. Sidekick Bradley Beal also back to the wall. They're going to be bashing tonight. And I think Westbrook is going to get that triple-double, and he's going to get plenty more enough to be able to hit his over on the points, rebounds, and assists, which is right now on FanDuel at 45.5. Give me that every day of the week. I love Westbrook and Beal, tag teaming it. I don't think they go down tonight. They deserve more respect than getting swept in the first round. So give me Westbrook, and you got Beal. I love the tag team.
I do too. And honestly, I mean, to be a team that was named the worst team in the NBA just 2-3 months ago to being where they are now, I just can't see them going down without a fight. I do think this 76ers team obviously has a huge advantage tonight being up 3-0. They figured out how to stop this Wizards team on offense quite a bit. But again, do not underestimate the duo of Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook. It is unlike any other, especially Russell Westbrook, going down with an injury. I think it was the game before last.
Mm-hmm.
So having him hopefully healthy, having Bradley Beal, having that fire under their butt that they're about to go home if they don't figure it out is huge. So I like them tonight. I don't know if I feel comfortable touching the slate, but as for props, I do feel comfortable putting my money on Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook. I may sprinkle a little on the PRA of Russell Westbrook because I love that guy.
You want to talk about a sprinkle? Let me tell you something that I already know is going to happen. I already saw it. Alex Len, first basket score plus 1,000. All right, they're going to win the tip. Westbrook's going to get it. He's going to dribble past half court, facilitate his offense, run a couple pick and rolls, finding Alex Len underneath the basket, slam dunk, cash, plus 1,000. Book it.
I love that when you talk about these plays, you go, I've already seen it. Like, I mean, like he's a psychic or something. He has already seen this happen. It's going to happen because he's seen it. I
wouldn't put money on it if I didn't know it was going to hit.
I mean, and it's plus 1,000 odds. So like sprinkle a little lunch money. If it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. But like if it does, like hello,
yes,
time to cash.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I think the first baskets are electric because when they hit, there's nothing better. It's kind of like a Nerfy. So I'm going to sprinkle a little lunch money on Alex Len. Never thought I would say that, but I'm saying that. I'm sprinkling some money on Alex Len. You guys heard it here first. But we have another game.
Give me another.
The Jazz versus the Grizzlies. Now, the Grizzlies have home court advantage tonight. Both the dogs have home court advantage. And the series, the Jazz lead the series 2-1. So this is the Grizzlies' opportunity to tie it up. Memphis was popping the other night.
It's going to be popping tonight.
And it's going to be popping again tonight. And the thing is, I said this. I was watching them play last game, and I said, why do I feel like they're just going to start losing it here in a second? They were kind of looking like they were tired. That is a very easy mistake to fix. Keep it up. They almost need to pace themselves a little bit. I feel like the Grizzlies come out of the gates and they're like, oh, here we go. We've seen that the first half has been a lock all year long. I still love that bet.
Yes.
Because this team comes out firing right off the bat. They typically always win first halves. This team is incredible during the first half, and then they start to slow down because I think they get tired. So I think if they can find that happy medium of coming out hot, but also pacing themselves maybe at the end of the second quarter, beginning of third quarter, so that in the fourth quarter, they can round it up and finish it out, I think they absolutely have a chance to win this game tonight. They just need to pace.
Absolutely. You're spot on with that.
They've got to pace because, I mean, shout out to middle school Liv running the mile in PE class. Pacing. It's all about pacing. Okay.
Pacers.
When I would go out there hot, it was bad news. So Grizzlies need to pace. However, there are players on this Grizzlies team that have played phenomenal basketball since playoffs have started. They played phenomenal basketball in regular season play, but I would argue in the playoffs, they have been electric. The player that I am looking at is a player that is aggressive. He plays with so much just like aggression. He's always there. He's hustling to get the ball. He's chirping. He's doing his thing. I love watching him play. He's a baller. As Mike would say, he's a certified bucket getter. BBG. And this guy is Dylan Brooks. Over 21.5 points. He's hit this in all 3 games played this series. And he's also hit this in 4 of the last 5 matchups. He plays really well in the playoffs from what I've noticed.
Yes.
He's got one thing that makes me nervous about this guy is him getting in foul trouble. He fouls early, and then he's got 4 fouls at halftime, and you're sitting at like 15 points, and you're like, oh, so help me God. If he fouls out before he hits my over, I'm going to lose it. I have definitely felt that with Dylan Brooks in this series, that he fouls a lot. So if he can keep his fouling down to a minimum and doesn't have to have a time restriction because of being in foul trouble, over 21.5 to me is easy money. I still think it's easy money because he has been in foul trouble in almost all 3 of these games, and he's hit it in all 3 of these games. But I really need Dylan Brooks to chill with the fouls because honestly, it's hurting the Grizzlies in a lot of ways because he's fouling so damn much, and the Jazz are pretty great from the free throw line. So he needs to chill with the fouls and get as much playing time as possible. But I think over 21.5 points for Dylan Brooks, especially in the playoffs, is a great bet. And I love watching him play. So I'm excited to ride the over on him tonight.
Absolutely. I think if the Grizzlies want to win this game, they're going to need that out of him for sure. So I think that's a really good bet. Good value there. Pretty low on his over-under. So nice pick there. You're right. No one has more aggressiveness and just ground and pound than them Memphis Grizzlies, especially coming out of the gates in the first half. But for me, no player props on this one, just because really anybody on the floor can go off for either team.
For sure.
It's just a matter of who's going to show up that night. So I see value. Memphis is going to be rocking. We already know that. I think Memphis wins tonight. I really do. I think they tie up the series. They're in Memphis. It's going to be rocking. And I liked Memphis to upset the Jazz actually at the start of the series for the series. And I think that still could potentially happen. I don't see that the Jazz are just, that good of a team without Donovan Mitchell to be able to take down the ground and pound Grizzlies.
Right.
So my prop for this game is going to be the win margin for the Memphis Grizzlies to actually win tonight in between 1 and 5. If the Grizzlies are going to win, it's not going to be by double digits. I doubt it. It's going to be a close game all the way up to the very end. And I think they're going to win in between 1 and 5 points. So that's my play prop for this game. Plus 500 odds. Give me that. I think the money line on the Grizzlies is plus 250. And if the Grizzlies are going to win, it's not going to be by more than 5. Highly doubtful. So I see better value there. But my lock of the night tonight, as it is every single time they play, is Memphis Grizzlies first half. We're going back to the ground and pound Grizzlies in the first half. It's the best bet in all of sports. I've been saying this for the past 2 years, even before the Book It Sports app came out. This has been a trend that I just love watching. And I knew about it because one of my friends at school was like, listen, I don't bet that much, but when I do, you got to look into the Memphis Grizzlies in the first half. And I was like, that's such a weirdly specific bet to be keeping track of. Ever since that day, I was told that. I have been watching it, tracking it, and it's actually incredible how often they're not favored to win the first half and how often they not only cover the spread, but they win outright in the first half. So my lock tonight, it's been rough the past couple games against the Jazz, but I like them to get at least one cover in this series in the first half. Give it to me tonight.
I agree. I think momentum is working in Memphis in the Grizzlies' favor right now. Having home court advantage, suffering that loss last game that they honestly shouldn't have lost. It was a close game. They had the lead. They were able to keep it close towards the end there, and they kind of threw it away. So I believe they were at a 20-point deficit at halftime and came back and made it a 2-point game at one point, I think in the third or fourth quarter. They should have won that game. Their momentum was electric coming out of half. So I think that the momentum's working in their favor. I think it's going to translate great in the first half of this game. I think that they're going to come out of the gates hot and ready to win. They want to tie up this series. They want to be playing ball as much as possible. They're a young team with a lot of great talent. And in addition to that, they have a lot of great shooters as well. So it's overall a really, really great team. I do have a bet, though. I kind of forgot about this. I do have a bet, though, on the other side of this game. I want to say, if you are located in New Jersey, there is a prop that you absolutely need to go put your money on right now. And that is Jordan Clarkson over 15.5 points plus assists. He's hit this in the last 20 matchups. So tell your friends that live in New Jersey, if you live in New Jersey, you need to lock this up.
What's the odds?
Minus 122 the last time I looked. So
lock.
I love it. I think it's great. I think the value is good. Considering he's hit this in the last 20 matchups, I love this for him. So if you are in New Jersey, over 15.5 points plus assists for Jordan Clarkson. But I am not in New Jersey, so I got screwed on this one. But I am taking Jordan Clarkson alt points over 14.5. He's hit this in 11 of the last 12 matchups and 2 of the 3 games in this series. I know some people may be a little worried, like, well, Donovan Mitchell's going to be back and he's playing, and Jordan Clarkson won't get as many minutes. Well, he still hit this over 64% of the regular season when Donovan Mitchell was playing. So
wow.
It's not abnormal for him to hit this. Without Donovan Mitchell, he hit this 84% of the regular season. So if we see Donovan Mitchell on some sort of time restriction tonight due to his injury, kind of trying to play it safe, I don't think that this is a problem. But even with Donovan Mitchell, I don't think this is a problem. He averages, in regular season play, he averaged around 18.4 points a game. I love Jordan Clarkson. I love watching him play. This guy was just named Sixth Man of the Year. He's got to uphold that reputation, especially in the playoffs. So I like him to hit the alt points over. I don't know why FanDuel doesn't have all of his lines available for everything, because I would take them all. But alt points over 14.5. The last time I checked, it was plus 104 odds. So I like it. I'm riding with Jordan Clarkson on the Jazz. But other than that, I'm riding with Memphis tonight for sure.
Love it. Also, I forgot to mention, Valanciunas will score the first basket. I already saw this one too. Again, the Jazz are going to, or the Grizzlies are going to win the tip. Actually, you know what? I think the Jazz win the tip. They missed the first basket.
It'll be a 3. They missed the first 3. They're going to go for a 3-pointer and it doesn't hit.
Yes. They're going to miss that first basket. Jaw's going to facilitate the offense going the other way. Boom, boom, boom. Finds Valanciunas under the basket for an easy dunk. Easy cash, plus 650 odds. Book it.
I feel like I saw that one too, honestly. I feel like I saw that one too.
No, I already watched the game.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So let's recap our props. First game, 76ers versus the Wizards. Wizards have home court advantage. They are down 0-3. This is the elimination game. So I am taking their leading scorer, Bradley Beal, over 31.5 points. Trent, what did you have for this one?
Give me Russell Westbrook with his back to the wall, over 45.5 in all categories. Points, rebounds, assists, you name it, he's going to be on it. Book it. Over 45.5 points, rebounds, assists. And Alex Len to score the first basket at plus 1,000 odds. Book it.
Love it. Next game, we have the Utah Jazz versus the Memphis Grizzlies. The Jazz lead the series 2-1 right now. The Grizzlies have home court advantage. I like the Grizzlies tonight. They're going to be hot and heavy. I have 2 bets for this one on either side. Dylan Brooks over 21.5 points. And then I also have Jordan Clarkson, alt points over 14.5.
I love those picks, by the way. I'm taking the win margin of victory for the Memphis Grizzlies tonight, 1 through 5. Grizzlies are going to win. They're going to do so by 1 through 5 points. Plus 500 odds. Book that. Second, I'm taking Valanciunas to score the first basket at plus 650 odds. Feed the big men down low. Alex Len, Valanciunas, first basket scores tonight. Book it. If that happens, I'm officially goated. And then my CEO lock of the day, as always, the Memphis Grizzlies first half. Book it.
Book it. I know you guys are hearing us say book it a lot. It is not just a statement of go put this in the books and put your money on this bet. It is also a social media platform. CEO Trent Attia, sitting right here, is the founder of this amazing platform. It is free in the Apple and Google Play stores. Track your action. Keep your record on your profile. I love that part about this app is that it holds you accountable. It shows you your record. Sometimes you don't want to see your record, but it's important to see it because you need to know that you need to get your ish figured out. Track your action. You've got a record on your profile. You can post content, pictures, videos, chirp Trent when he's losing. Doesn't matter what you do. You can go to the Book It Sports app, and it is a social media platform specific to sports betting. And other best part is that if you're on a cold streak, we have verified cappers on the app. You can buy their picks, you can tail their plays, and not only that, but they also give you insight and information and education on sports betting to help you become a better sports bettor. So it's fantastic. Anything to add about Book It Sports, Trent Attia, CEO?
Yeah, if you're not on the Book It Sports app, you're truly missing out on an incredible community of sports bettors. We're all looking at the same lines every day, spreads, odds. Why not join a community who are all looking at the same lines with you? That's what Book It is all about, is bringing this industry together and creating a platform that centralizes everything you need in this fragmented industry of sports betting. So go download the Book It Sports app on the App Store and Google Play Store. It's free. Why not?
And if you download the Book It Sports app and you are tailing any of these prop talk plays, be sure to tag Trent at Trent I know it's a little boring, but it is what it is. And at Live Moods, I would love to see if you guys are tailing these, or if you have a bet that you think is a lock, tag me, tag Trent, so that we can write it with you, because I can't tell you how many times I've cashed on other people's bets that they've posted to the Book It Sports app. It's incredible. So lots of money to be made, lots of cashing to be had. Trent, thank you for joining me. Make it available for Florida because we're open business. It's available to anyone in the U.S.
You can be in Guatemala and you can still interact with the Book It Sports app.
So you have it. It's there. Check out the Google Play or Apple stores. If you have an Android, Google Play. If you have an iPhone, Apple. We're on there. Book It Sports. Go find us. Or if you can't find it, head to the my Twitter bio. I have the link posted there. It'll take you straight to the App Store. So, Trent, thanks for joining me. Lots of bets to be had. Lots of money to be made. That was another great episode. There's no baskets being thrown today, you guys. I'm sorry. Sorry to bore you.
I think that might be for the better.
Honestly, I think it's for the best. So be sure you guys tune in to another episode. We will have more throughout the week to talk all things NBA props. Trent, thank you for joining me, and we will see you guys next time.
Thank you.